Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Disney. We're going to talk about Disney stock doing better than ever, guys, because Disney's doing so good.
It went up a little bit, so they're like celebrating. And this is the well, this isn't this person, but the other person we're looking at, this Ricky guy, the Motley Fool. He like constant puff pieces on Disney for years. Like when I joke about the Motley Fool, I'm usually joking about this guy because he just like has Mickey's appendage in his mouth so much. It's ridiculous.
He is sticky with Mickey.
He is sticky with Mickey.
So we're gonna talk about this because I think this is very, very premature. God, there's so many
He knows all
jokes.
about premature things.
So many jokes in here. But they're basically what happened was over the weekend, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are living under a rock, Deadpool and Wolverine did very, very, very well.
Yes, it did better than I thought it. Well, I said it might do better than what I said yesterday. It was like 244 or 444. I think million, something like that. It was better than we thought yesterday.
Yeah, which is insane, especially for an R-rated movie. So that's good. And also they made the huge announcement, the huge and predictable announcement at Comic-Con that Robert Downey Jr. would be coming back to the MCU.
I don't know if it's him coming back, but not for what?
For Doctor Doom. He's coming back as Doctor Doom.
But the rest of it was.
But yeah, we knew that they would be desperate enough to bring him back, just like they had to drag Hugh Jackman out of retirement as Wolverine and bring him back from the dead to make money. They were going to do the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. Until he's 90. But yeah, now they're like, well, Inside Out 2 did really good, and Deadpool Wolverine did good. So now Disney's doing just fine. I'm like, what?
Naysayers. And
they're being so like, another big movie this summer is just the latest way for Disney to silence the critics. It's like,
we have thoughts.
That's just the movie side, and that's like two hits doesn't negate the like 8 box office bombs that you had, and we'll talk about this because they have a lot more problems than just, you know, the box office. That Disney is a multifaceted company. If they were just a movie studio, this would be fantastic. But they also have theme parks, which are down.
Which they gouge to pay for the failures.
Right. They also have television, linear television, which is down. They have Disney Plus, which is not doing as well as they'd hoped. They burnt a lot of money on it.
Bundle might help.
It might help, but they're going to have to start slashing prices. And I think next year, especially with Epic Universe and the theme parks, they're going to have to start slashing prices. But this is way too soon to be like, Disney's finally turning it around, guys. It's like, no, I don't think quite yet. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So yeah, it's come from the Motley Fool, and they got an article out here on, what's this one? Schaefer Research or something. But Disney stock is up. Yeah, it's up like $2.
It was up $2.39 because it was under $90.
Yeah, it was under $90. So this isn't, and it's kind of flatline. It's not like skyrocketing here. Now, again, Deadpool and Wolverine, huge hit. I'm sure in 2026, when the next Avengers movie comes out, that they're going to make money on that too. In 2 years. You know?
Here's the thing. The problem is they had 2 movies that did well. Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not sure about how well Ilian Romulus is going to do. I'm pretty sure it'll do really well with Moana too, but I don't think The Lion King is going to do great because people aren't really interested across the board. And then come next year, other than Fantastic Four, most of the other stuff that I'm seeing, I don't think is going to do gangbusters. I think they're just pushing it out to get rid of it. Snow White's next year. Don't think that one's going to win its money back, given that they probably are having to make $700 or $800 million to pay it back. You know, same with the new Captain America movie, because all the reshoots and redos, and they had to put a new villain in it and everything else. I just don't think. Oh, and then the Thunderbolts, they have like what's his nuts that played Hopper, David. What's his last name?
David Harbour. Yeah.
He's going on about how this is going to fundamentally change the MCU. And I'm like, right when you say that, I'm out already. And it's like, these aren't going to do well. So you have 2 wins. It does not negate years of losses. It does not negate what we're seeing coming up. That doesn't look too promising. For every winner or 2 you have, there's like 2 or 3 other movies that are probably going to bomb.
Yeah. It's, I mean, this is way too premature. And look, we told you Deadpool and Wolverine is going to do very well. I actually did not expect Inside Out to do that well. I think it depended on...
I thought it would do okay. I didn't think it would do as well as it did.
Yeah, I thought it would do okay. I did not expect it to do as well as it did, but then people said the movie's very good. We haven't seen it yet. People said it was good. When Disney's and they just stick to what works, it they make money. But we're also like, we have several other projects to get through yet. And for God's sake, kill that Ray movie. Nobody's going to go see that.
No.
Shit. Nobody's going to go see that shit.
No.
But yeah, here's the article from the Motley Fool.
I know, I love it. This is like the most him thing ever. I've mentioned the Motley Fool before, and I asked who was the author, because I'm looking for this guy, because this guy, you have no idea. Like, he is the biggest Disney sucker. I'll bleep the other part out that there is.
Another big movie this summer is just the latest way for Disney to silence the critics.
It's not, because there's still a lot of that doesn't offset all the losses.
Disney's been knocking down bearish arguments with ease lately.
Locking down arguments with ease. You had 2 movies that did well. You still don't have the streaming service to profitability. The theme parks are still overpriced. The attendance is still down. And now people are mad because of all the changes you made to Lightning Lane, making it even more complicated and more expensive. So I don't think that they've knocked down a lot of arguments with ease. The only thing that they have won on was a couple movies.
Its premium streaming business turned profitable 2 quarters ahead of time earlier this year.
No, it didn't.
It's not profitable. Is it profitable?
It hasn't. No, and they're saying Disney Plus. They kept saying Disney Plus is going to reach profitability by the end of the fiscal year. Now it's streaming service in general, and they're so desperate to reach profitability that they're offering a new bundle with Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus. And it is a good deal. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
You can't use live TV on it and stuff. It is a good deal, but it took them rolling all this stuff together, for them desperately trying to catch up with Netflix, desperately trying to keep their subscriber numbers from falling. And that's what they're going to have to do. And then advertising and shoving ads into everything, even your pause screens, is how they're trying to say that they're profitable.
Disney is also kicking off this summer with a pair of record-breaking theatrical releases. The stock may be falling short of the market average for the 4th year in a row.
Oh, but that's the naysayers.
But headwinds are becoming tailwinds.
Of all the things you're mentioning, you had 2 theatrical hits. That's it.
Oh God, they've got. I mean,
last year you had all Disney's movies lost money.
Yeah.
Except for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and I think Little Mermaid broke even and made a little bit of money. Everything else lost money. And Avatar did okay, but that was the beginning of the year. From the year before.
They're still massively in debt. This company is massively in debt.
So, so having 2 good theatrical runs does not offset.
Headwinds are becoming tailwinds. If you're still bearish on the House of Mouse, you may want to revisit your naysayer thesis. Clownfish.
Wait. Because they had 2 theatrical wins. They had 2 theatrical wins. You have to re-examine. Rick, seriously, take Mickey's dick out of your mouth, stand up and use your words. This is stupid, because you know what? You are constantly posting these articles about how Disney's the best thing ever. Disney's Mickey could be sitting there with his arms chopped off, his legs chopped off, his head half gone. He's fine. He's going to be dancing any minute now. I mean, come on. Two theatrical wins does not equate. Oh, the naysayers are wrong.
They talk about, he's talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and to paraphrase, I'm going to be like, you got on your knees, Rick, and baby, you never got back up again.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's basically just, but it's so funny. They're like, it's the biggest debut since No Way Home. Yeah, because it was a cameo fest, just like No Way Home.
Right, but that doesn't, so what? That isn't it's the biggest debut since something that happened a while back. I mean, that is not a win. You keep trying to paint a win, and it is a win, the fact that it did well at the theater. I mean, no one's saying that it didn't do well, but that's not enough to fix it. They're still doing Snow White, Rick.
Oh God, yeah, Snow White.
They're still doing Captain America, Rick.
They're not even talking about Snow White. You'd think by now we'd have a trailer or something, right?
And they're so damn desperate to win fans back to the MCU. They're bringing out Robert Downey Jr. to make him their anchor being. You're full of shit, dude. And I'm sorry, $92 isn't a win when the stock just a few months ago was $123.
I sold mine. It was like 175, 180.
No, but just comparatively speaking, because this in the past like 6 months, 7 months, this year. In April, it was at $123, and now it's down to $92. So it went up $2, and you're going on about what a win that is. That is not a win. It needs to go up. You'll get it back up to 120 something, and then we'll talk. What a dumbass. So anyway,
I want to point this out, because this is where I'm coming from on this. He's like, okay, so this isn't the only blockbuster for Disney this summer. Last month's Inside Out 2 also broke some records. It just topped 1.5 billion worldwide, making it the planet's highest grossing animated feature. You have to go all the way back to 2022's Avatar 2, another Disney-backed release, of course, to find a great box office tally.
But wait. But that wasn't, they bought that.
They did. It was a Fox thing. Yeah.
It was already in development when Disney bought it.
But here's this. Okay, so Inside Out 2 has already topped last year's sensation Barbie. I want to talk about that because this is very important. Barbie was a huge hit. Barbie was a massive hit. Barbie was released via Warner Brothers, and guess what? Warner Brothers is in the shit this year, and they're probably going to have to split the company to try to salvage it. And Mattel is for sale. Mm-hmm. So. Again, you can have a massive hit, but it doesn't take away all your problems. If Disney were just a movie studio and they didn't have like 8 bombs right in a row, this would be great. But they're in the hole, right? They're not even to ground level yet. They would have to have nonstop billion-dollar hits for the next like 2 or 3 years to make up for all the disasters they had.
And that still doesn't correct the issues of the other parts of the company that aren't being mentioned. Because a couple of movies, one, does not fix the streaming services. It does not fix the theme park issues. It doesn't fix all that. It's a step in the right direction. But it's way too soon to be going, naysayers. Oh my God. Someone just... I can't.
Yeah, because actually the theme parks, long term, you need to, I think, to gauge the health of the Walt Disney Company, okay, you really need to look at the theme parks. I would say you need to look at the theme parks more than you need to look at the movies, because the theme parks are the most reliable, consistent source of revenue for them. If they're only going to do one thing, if Disney decided like they were just going to focus on one thing, I would say you focus on your theme parks and your experiences and stuff like that, because that's been the consistent moneymaker, even when their movies were down. Even like in the 70s and 80s when nobody gave a shit about anything Disney put out, the theme park still brought the revenue.
This is the next part. Last year was pretty bleak at the multiplex for Disney. You had more high-profile misses than hits, yes. Naysayers argued that Disney had lost its touch, and that was a fair knock. But I'm going to sit here and mock you. Well, it was 2 for 2 this summer. Disney's back. 2 wins, again, does not negate the millions of dollars they lost in the last couple of years over stupidity. And again, coming up next year, for like every Fantastic Four, you're going to probably have, like 2 or 3 other movies that don't do well. I don't think until they're constantly hitting on every time they put a movie out, or at least, maybe 2 out of 3, I wouldn't be like whooping and hollering and saying, I want that. No. Yeah.
They're talking about, the profitable turn for streaming for Disney Plus. They had to roll Disney Plus into Hulu and ESPN to make it quote unquote profitable. Disney
they
Plus
keep calling streaming services now. No, it was Disney Plus be profitable. Now it's streaming services be profitable.
Because they know, so they're counting on the investors not paying attention to the terminology, because the investor, streaming's profitable. Okay, that's all No. Disney Plus by itself was supposed to be profitable, and now what they're doing is they're merging it into everything else to kind of hide that expense.
And then they have to team up with other people to try to get subscribers, because what's going to happen with the Max, Hulu, Disney Plus bundle is they're going to get people to take in the deal because it's a good deal. I'm not going to say it's not. It's a good deal. If you want those services, I recommend it. However, they're all going to count the subscribers as their subscribers. So it's going to show that subscriptions went up, but their prices went down. The amount they get to keep went down to get those subscriptions, and they're going to offset it with advertising. They're going to say, we have this many more subscribers to get higher ad rates. Yeah. But it's not necessarily, he's bragging about stuff that hasn't really come to pass yet. And even then, again, I want to point out, Motley Fool is an investing site. The stock went up a couple bucks. It's still down like, $30 from where it was just a couple months ago.
Right.
It's still not a win. God, what a dumbass.
Yeah.
It's like, I won. It's like, well, you came in next to last place. That doesn't mean you won.
Yeah, it's pretty much flatlining around $92, right?
Can't get over. I told you he was a suck up, but this is a new level suck.
So a new level of sucking.
Oh my God, the next pair.
I know, that's why I highlighted it. This is funny.
No, when you're done with that, the last sentence underneath
I know.
Oh my God.
We're getting there. We're getting to the end. We're getting to the end. So he's talking about the attendance not being back to pre-pandemic levels, but that's okay. There's another theme park. It's going to benefit Disney's attendance. It's going to send Orlando visitors, the tourist count skyward. No, what's going to happen? And Universal is, I guess, in a way, very smart about this because they're like, hey, you want to go to Epic Universe, you have to buy a multi-day ticket. Guess what? You're going to buy a multi-day ticket. You're going to book a hotel room. You're probably not going to go to Disney. You're probably just going to park it at Universal. Some people might go across town and go to Disney, but they might be like, yeah, I already got my multi-day ticket. I came here to see Mario, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Epic Universe, and we'll go to the other parks. We don't need to go clear across town and go to Disney. We've been there, done that.
The only reason that they're making more money PCAP is because they're overcharging customers and the customers are getting tired of it.
Yeah.
And they're not coming. That's why their PCAP's up, but it's not sustainable.
Well, speaking of coming, the shooting gallery is gone at the Magic Kingdom's Frontierland, but Disney's no longer firing blanks.
Well, to be fair, Rick's down there. He would know.
Oh, God. Stay safe, Rick.
Dude, you had 2 wins in the box office. You did a whole article about neener, naysayers. I can't even. And the stock's still in the shit. I just don't understand your logic. Like, do you get like a cookie? Do you get a cupcake? Do you get like, media access or something? I just can't. I don't understand how you're like celebrating a win because the stock, they had these announcements. They just had all the announcements, right?
Yeah.
The stock only went up and they just had, this wig one with Deadp and Wolverine and, Inside Out 2, and it only went up $2.
Because that is not an indicator of the overall health of the company. Again, if Disney were just a movie studio, then maybe, yeah, but they're not just a movie studio. They want to be everything. They want to be, hotel and theme park experiences, and they want to be streaming. They want to be a tech company, and they want to be a TV company, and they got radio stations. It's like you got to look at the whole health of the company. And a couple of movies, I'm sorry, it's not going to undo the damage that's been done in the last, seriously, 4 to 5 years.
I mean, it helps, but you're going to need a lot more of that. You're going to need a lot more hits and misses to fix it. And it's still going to take like months to years to fix the situation.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be able to turn around. But it's funny to me because they're like, oh, the streaming bundle. Yes, well, I think the streaming bundle is a good deal and it'll up their subscriber numbers. It still won't put them at the level of Netflix. They're trying desperately to combine their forces to beat Netflix, but it's not gonna beat YouTube.
No.
It's just not.
Nope. And you got to look at the cost of this stuff too. It's these movies are going to be crazy expensive, and it's how much are they going to lose on Snow White? And they're hiding Snow White.
They are hiding Snow White. They're desperately trying to make it. And then here's the thing: even if they get the Snow White to a level that's good, okay, even if they somehow manage to redo the entire movie, how much does that cost? At this point in time, I'm not kidding when I say it's probably got to make at least $700-800 million just to break even. It might even be higher than that. And I think the same thing's going to be true for the Captain America movie. They have spent so much time on reshoots and delays and things that it's going to take so much money to make it break even that it's insane. And then they're going to have to spend a shit ton of money to market both of those films. I don't think they're going to, even if they look like they succeed at the box office, I don't think it's going to be the success you think it is. Like, if they hit $1 billion, that's not much money.
No, it's not when they're that far in the hole. But we'll see. We'll see how the stock goes. I mean, we had 2 major investors pull their money out of Disney because they were losing money. They said if it gets cheap enough, which it tells me that they think that the stock is going to go down yet.
Real quick, just click on the 5-year thing just for a second just to prove a point. Okay, here's where it is now. Yeah, see, that's not a win, Rick.
This is the pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic. We're basically down to where we were at the beginning of the pandemic.
This is not a win.
No, this is where we want to be.
You define win completely different than I define
basically win. Up.
Yeah, your version of win and my version of win, not the same.
No, we're back to 2014 levels. Yeah.
Now, if they get it up to like $120, $130 a share, and they start performing like they have more hits and misses, then I will agree with you. And that's hopefully they get to that point. But it's not going to be anytime soon. So anyway, We're going to wrap this up.
We're going to wrap this up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.